Hi guys, welcome to Influencer.life. My name is Arjun Gulati and I'm a professional photographer and a filmmaker. In this episode, we'll discuss something really interesting and exciting. That is editing or post-production. The editing masterclass is divided into two episodes. One for images and the second one is for videos. So sit back, relax and enjoy your masterclass on editing of images. The process of taking a picture is not complete till the time you've taken it through post-production, or as they would say, editing. Why do you think it's so critical? Because it influences your final output of any kind of content. An ordinary photo or video can be turned magical and viral at the editing stage if done right. Okay then, let's jump straight into the editing masterclass where we will discuss various phone apps and desktop softwares that can be used easily by aspiring influencers. Key parameters of editing that will convert your ordinary content into extraordinary. Basic post-production do's and don'ts. Look, we know you don't want to spend huge sums of money on editing, so I'm going to take you through some free softwares and phone apps that will help you create professional grade content. Believe me, a hands-on knowledge on any one of these tools will allow you to take your images or videos to the next level and achieve that professional look with minimal effort. Phone apps. There are some amazing apps available on the phone that provide power-packed features to achieve great results. For beginners and non-photographers, tools like Photoshop, Lightroom can seem quite daunting. And I'm not even talking about their cost. But you can use Adobe Photoshop Express. For the longest time, people tried to find a free version of Photoshop online. Adobe finally heard their prayers and launched Photoshop Express. It is a trimmed-down mobile version of industry's leading editing software. Isn't that amazing? Photoshop Express is designed for beginners or those who are looking for high-quality quick edits. Photoshop Express gives you basic editing features such as contrast, perspective, saturation, exposure, spot removal, etc. etc. ये professional version के features जितना नहीं है, but it's polished to perfection and offers great user experience. Like it introduces a decorate category, easily create fully customizable collages. Let's move into the application then and see what it has to offer. Don't worry, I'll give you tips on what to keep in mind while you're editing. When you enter the app, it shows a few tools that you can get access to once you sign in. The simplest being logging in with Facebook. By the way, you will have to permit Photoshop to access your storage, your gallery storage. Only then will you be able to pick an image or a video from your gallery. The first screen will ask you to pick and choose an image from your gallery. You can also take a live image right there and edit it. Once you've chosen an image, you're taken to the editor preface. If you look at the top slider of the preface, you will look at a feature called Magic Wand. This tool is basically for automatic adjustments of the image. A quick and dirty way of editing an image where the software uses its wisdom and automatically adjusts various parameters. If you want to apply your own edits, which I'm sure you want to make your image unique, then avoid this feature and get into individual parameters for more control. Let's look at these controls and features which are available on the lower panel. Crop. The app gives you a lot of preset values to the kind of content you're creating. Keeping what we learned about aspect ratios, you can also customize your size if you can't find that preset that best fits you. जैसे कि आप Instagram में एक portrait डालना चाहते हैं जिसका aspect ratio 4:5 है, वो यहाँ पे already है available. Now let's look at some adjustment tools. Clarity and sharpness. As the word suggests, sharpness is used to increase or decrease the sharpness of the image, and clarity is used to counter the unwanted softness of the image. Personally, I don't mess with the clarity levels too much, as they end up taking the life out of the image. You should maximum play with plus minus 6 to 8 points when adjusting clarity. Grain gives a retro feeling to your photograph. Like वो old film वाले camera की feeling, उस type. Use it as per the mood of your content. Fade acts as a textural overlay to the image and makes it look softer. Kind of an opposite effect to the sharpness feature. Exposure helps you make changes to the exposure of the picture. If you didn't get it right at the shooting stage, you can make changes here. Exposure क्या है पता है ना? We discussed it at length in the camera masterclass. Contrast helps you create more definition of shadows and increases the saturation considerably. Temperature. If you want to adjust the white balance of your image, then play around with this parameter. The temperature sets the right mood for your picture. Tints allow you to add extra colors to your image. It's almost like an extra layer of color on your image. Vibrance and saturation go hand in hand. Here is an image before and after adjusting these two parameters. Split tones help you dissect the image into highlights and shadows, and then play with those tones separately. Blur helps you make better focus on the subject by creating a depth of field. Vignette helps make the subject pop out by defocusing the corners. Spot healing tool. This is an advanced feature of a photo editing software which is made super easy and accessible to everyone. See these images to understand the impact of this feature. The red eye correction tool. It is very common to get a glare of the flash in the eyes of the subject, especially when you're shooting with a phone camera. Using this tool, you can get rid of that unwanted glare. Text and stickers. Obviously, you'd like to add some text and stickers to your image, especially when it's a paid post. This feature helps you to do that perfectly. Choose from various fonts and theme-based stickers to make your content attractive and interesting. Borders. Another very interesting element to add to your image. Sometimes a plain white border brings out an image interestingly and amazingly. Photoshop Express offers you various types of borders to choose from. Looks and themes. Photoshop Express provides pre-selection of effects and various settings that we had discussed in one place. Use some of these presets for quick edits on the move. Unfortunately, you can use only one preset from each of these subheadings at a time, wherein you can control the intensity of the whole preset. Some other interesting features that you can play around with are collages, highlights, shadows, and black and white. Since all of these can be manually adjusted, I suggest you play around with the sample content and try your hand on it. You'll find certain features that have a star next to it. Those are basically paid features. Don't worry, you won't miss out on too much at this stage if you miss out on those star features, because you can always opt out for the paid version when you think you're ready. By the way, the paid version costs 16,000 per year, which is not bad given the features it provides. Most of the features and manually adjustable parameters that we have discussed so far are common across all available free apps. I have just used Adobe Photoshop Express to explain those effects to you. You can use the same editing knowledge on other editing apps like Snapseed and Canva. Okay, so far we have discussed editing apps on phone. Similar free-to-use softwares are available on the desktop as well. Let's look at two of them. GIMP. GIMP is power-packed with image-enhancing tools that you normally find in premium softwares. It is an open-source photo editor, and hence you keep getting updated and additional features on a daily basis. GIMP's community of users and developers have created a huge collection of plugins that can be used by anyone. Many of them come pre-installed, but others you can download from the net. Do try out these features and plugins that GIMP offers, and share your outputs with influencer.life. If we like them, we'll publish it on our social media pages and tag you. Life में और क्या चाहिए यार? Canva. Canva is another free-to-use software. It also has a mobile app. But the best part is, you can go to their website and edit an artwork directly without downloading an app. This software is designed for editing social media content and offers so many pre-selected formats. For example, you can select Instagram Reel as your canvas, and it will format it accordingly. I'm a big fan of Canva, especially when it comes down to creating stories and reels. I would recommend you to buy this software, which costs around 9,000 rupees per annum, if you're serious about creating great social media content. Okay, that brings me almost to the end of this episode. But before I go, here are some basic do's and don'ts that you keep in mind while doing post-production. Always keep in mind the sensibilities of your target audience while editing a piece of content. Do not, and I say this again, do not go overboard with effects. The idea is to enhance an image and not to make it unrealistic. The viewer should be wowed by your basic imagery and creativity and not with your effects. Use the editing process to give a signature style to your content. People should look forward to your next post because of the uniqueness. Do not overuse text and stickers as they take away the focus of your overall story. Use the editing tools to create different formats for the same content so that you can post them across multiple social media platforms. Always keep the raw image or the raw file Some phones automatically delete the raw file as soon as you edit an image. Background sound gives a boost to your content, so feel free to use it over your Instagram stories even if it's an image. With this, we come to an end to our Editing Masterclass Part 1. We at Influencer.life are committed to equip you with all the knowledge so you can become a successful social media influencer. We would love to hear from you to what you'd like to include in our next season of Editing Masterclass. Till then, take care and happy editing. This is Arjun Gulati signing off.